Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm sat in a car now, in my ploy to obviously get you guys a bit more into my life so that you guys get more inside the details of how I live day to day. I've brought you into my new car. And yes, I said new. As you guys are all aware, I recently had twins. So that's increased our family size from 4 to 6. So that has meant that we've had to upgrade our vehicle. Now, if you have been following me in previous seasons, you would know that I had a white Range Rover Evoque previously. Actually, like, the Range Rover is one of my favorite cars. It's been a dream car from when I was younger. And when I started work properly in London, I managed to purchase one. So obviously, like I said, since having the twins, we've had to make some changes and we've had to upgrade our car from a standard 5-seater to a 7-seater car, because obviously there's 6 of us now. So because I was already under contract with Land Rover, I decided to go up a notch and get the Range Rover Sport 7-seater. So it's a 5+2 basically. And yeah, so I'm sat in it today. I'm just going to talk you through why I got it and like what my best features are for the car. And then afterwards I'm going to show you what the car looks like on the outside and on the inside. So stay tuned. Okay, so I bought this car, number one, because I really like it. Like I said, I love Range Rovers. Land Rover is obviously a British make, and as much as I am Dutch, I do love me a British Land Rover car. They're quite sturdy, they're quite spacious. I like the bossy look. So yeah, that's just for the exteriors. In terms of the interior, it's quite luxurious. And I think the main reason why we decided to go with Land Rover in the first place was to do with safety. The safety of my children is everything to me, and obviously having driven other cars, like smaller cars, I always felt like in an accident, for some of these small cars, you don't actually stand a chance. Of course, heaven forbid that will never happen, and God is the one that protects us, but you've also got to make safe choices, so to speak. So if you have the availability and your funds or your bank account can permit you to, then obviously go up and make sure that you get a car that is sturdy enough to withstand anything. Of course, that notwithstanding, most cars can be damaged. A car is a car at the end of the day. A car is not an asset, so it's not something that you're going to put your life into and put all your hopes in. It is still a car. It can still fail you, but for as much as is in your control, try to get something that is sturdy enough for your family to travel in. Obviously, as you are aware, we do a lot of traveling because of the nature of my husband's role. So we're all up and down the country, so it's important that we get a car that is fit for purpose. So yeah, obviously when you get a car like this, it requires you to customize it and kind of make it your own. So we did this with this car. Like I said, it comes as standard as a 5-seater car. So we've had to add the 2 seats in the back so that all 4 kids will have somewhere to sit with enough room. But then obviously the downside to that is the fact that the boot space has had to be compromised. I'll show you the boot later, guys. It's super tiny now, and obviously I've got a double buggy as a result of having the twins. So my biggest dilemma right now is going to be where to fit the double buggy when we're traveling and we need to have the buggy with us, because obviously you're going to drive, yeah, mostly, but you're going to get out of the car, and imagine like carrying 2 car seats. It's crazy. I couldn't do that on my own if my husband wasn't around. So that's why we got the buggy. We've also got a mini fridge in here. I know that sounds absurd, but we're gonna need it, you know, when you're like parched, you know, your throat after driving for so many hours, you know, you might need a drink. It's mostly for water, for the kids, because sometimes one of them is sleeping and then all you hear one's having a coughing fit and you're at the front of the car and you don't know what to do. So it helps that we've got a refrigerator in here and keep some water nice and cool for adults when we're traveling with visitors or anything like that. So I think that was a really cool feature that we added. We also have a 3-pin plug, which is quite unusual actually, because most cars don't allow you to do that. Most cars will give you the standard, I think, USB port for charging phones, and that is usually very slow, as you guys know. But we actually have a 3-pin port in here, guys, so you can actually put the entire plug-in socket into the socket, and obviously that will charge a lot quicker. That helps for me particularly when I'm doing like presentations and stuff, church related things, work related things, and I can plug in my laptop and charge it before I get to my destination. My husband is the one that chose the color. We decided to go for a black because obviously we had a white before. I know that the panda was one of our favorites, but the panda is basically when it's white at the bottom and then black at the top. However, we decided to go with the all black just to change it up a bit and to give us the feel of a new car. My husband chose the espresso seat, which is kind of like a brown mocha type color. I think it works quite well with the ivory. It's a nice contrast in here. Another thing that attracted me to this car was the space. Obviously, if your family's expanding and you've got grown kids, you need a car that's spacious enough to just take all in sundry, basically, because obviously whenever we travel, my kids decide to pack up their entire suitcases, things for the ride, the journey, clothes, food, everything else. So you can already see how this car is going to be trashed very, very quickly. All in all, I really do like it. I think it's good. My biggest problem that I feel like I'm gonna have with this car is parking it, guys. I shouldn't say this on camera, but it's the truth. I am quite rubbish at parking, and obviously this car is massive, so I know it's gonna get to that stage when I'm at my drive and I'm gonna have to call my husband and ask him to come out and park up the car in the drive. That's been happening, guys. It happened with the Evoque, and this car is a lot bigger, so I can already see how it's happening. But I want to know what I'm going to do when I'm in a shopping mall and I need to get into a bay, and he's not there. Let's see. Yeah, so it is helpful to have this car. I'm appreciative that I've been able to get it and that it will serve its purpose in terms of my family. As at now, as I speak to you, I've not actually driven it yet. I know I'm in the driver's seat, but I've not actually driven it yet. Because as you know, because I had a section, I needed to wait 6 weeks before I could drive. And I've only just hit 7 weeks this week, but obviously, as you know, it's Corona season as well, and we're basically on lockdown, so I've not been able to go anywhere with it, so it's just been parked outside the drive. I actually can't wait to drive it. I have a feeling it's going to be a similar drive to the Evoque because the Land Rovers kind of all feel the same, except with this one, obviously it's a much bigger car, like I said, so you are higher up, you do sit up quite high. Yeah, guys, so don't forget to comment, like, share this video and subscribe to IMFL. Let me know in the comment section below if you've ever considered getting a Range Rover or any type of Land Rover car. Like I said, this is my favorite car. It's always been my dream car, and thanks to God I've been able to get it. So yeah, if you subscribe and you share this video and you come for a test drive, I'm definitely gonna give you one. So yeah, until next time, guys, I will see you in my next video, and enjoy.